The business case would always make sense. The Excel sheets always make sense. The research always makes sense. So the first advice would be to test and test with multiple cohorts. So I'm trying to launch a drink within the market. How much investment do I want to put in a test? I could test a drink with an initial cohort of 10 people. Their feedback will say that 80% of them love the drink. Maybe I tested a drink in, say, Medina. 80% liked the drink. Then I picked the same drink and I tested it within the Dansoman environment. Same 80% would like it. Then I tested a drink maybe in Kanishi. 20% liked it. I might test the drink in a different place. The scores might be different. You need to be able to subject and do a much more elaborate test to validate the product. And therefore, you need to check the composition of those you're testing the product against. Because don't forget that in testing products, if you're doing a group test, the group impact affects them. If you're running a research for a product, you have to be very clear what you're trying to achieve. Next is this. Validating your product within the market doesn't mean I am rejecting the other products within the market. That's one of the issues within us. So it's like a relationship. A boy meets a girl and say, oh, would you like to date somebody like me? He say, yeah, you're cool. I don't mind. If it was right, I'll date you. So the guy goes home and says, I have a chance. And if I push him, I say yes and marry me. But the fact that you fit her taste and preference doesn't mean that within the market, there aren't others like you who have a stronger value proposition over her. So the day you go and ask her out and she says, oh no, yeah, I know, I would love to date a guy like you, but I want to date Prof sitting here today. You get upset. That's what it looks like. Because in the market, biscuits products 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're bringing a fifth one. Yeah, the fifth one tastes like anything else within the market today. But what are the other reasons why they love the 1 and the 2? Why do they prefer it? Maybe they are sponsoring products. They're sponsoring events. Maybe they're paying school fees. Maybe they're doing charity events. You get what I mean? So the research is not just about the product and whether it tastes good or not. Find out what's happening within the competition. You might pick something that's important to validate as part of the research. Otherwise, you don't satisfy the customer, and otherwise it will be rejected. So for me, it's just a mixed bag of how you test and validate the process you go through. Because many products are being tested every day, and many businesses fail every day. So ask yourself why. 90% of businesses are failing every day, but all of us are going through a validation. Why? And that's where we should go. The corporate space or the career space is a tough space. All of us have rights. All of us are committed to getting something done. There are those who would do more than required. And there are those who might not do more than is required. My belief is that be prepared to do a lot. And I've tried to break something into a 5-step process. I say that initially you must be willing to do anything in quotes for somebody for nothing. Initial. Keep doing that for like a while. Stage 2, you'll be willing to do some things for some people for very little. Stage 3, you would obviously be paid your due for the job you do. Stage 4, you're likely to be overpaid for doing the same job you were doing previously. And stage 5, you are likely to be paid for just bearing your name. But this process is very simple. I spent a lot of time working for almost nothing before. And I would do more than is required of me. And sometimes doing more than is required of you earns you accolades like too known and stuff like that. I don't think you should stop it. And there's nothing wrong in quotes for working for nothing. Sometimes you're working for nothing is an indication of how to get the attention of people that will propel you beyond it. So in the corporate ladder, I do get it. You might get a job that pays you 200 cities or 300 cities. Just do it. Don't be in the corporate space and be too complaining. There's a difference between fighting to change the system and complaining within the system. Understand the difference. And bosses or line managers always respect people who fight to change the system and not complain within the system. So just try and find the difference. I just want to say that it's a tough space to be in. Everybody who's watching me must understand that my career hasn't come easy, and it's never been easy. And I'm writing my book. At some point, I'll publish it. But it's a tough journey. So if you find yourself going through any of the 5 stages that I've mentioned, be patient. Some people's journey move much more faster. Some people's journey are much more slower. Wherever you find yourself in the journey, whether you are doing anything in quotes for anyone for nothing, or you are at the top of it, just do your best. My favorite physical feature? Oh, I think it might be my fingers, maybe. Yeah, because I think they're cool. I see them all the time. When people look at it, they say it's cool, so. I love being home. Honestly, I honestly love my home. I think I've got a beautiful home. I love to move from my hall to my bedroom to other rooms, walk outside and breathe. So when I was 5 years old, I was always in my mother's canteen. My mom sold watches, my dad was a watchman. So at age 5, I was always in my mom's canteen washing bowls and helping her get the canteen ready. So that's what I did at age 5.